Welcome back to my ongoing Ash Wastes Campaign Battle Report series of videos. This week is week 4, the penultimate week of the campaign. This is the first game back from downtime, and it's just D and I playing the Ash Waste scenario Breakdown. This time on JD in the Sump Sea. After the downtime, both D and myself did a few upgrades. I bought 4 new gangers since I lost one in the last game and I had some credits to spend, and D bought a second Goliath Mauler. This week is week 4 and we're playing in the Breakdown scenario. The weather forecast is ash clouds, which reduce visibility to only 18 inches. I got to choose the road section we were fighting over and I chose the low road. Since it is in the deep wastes, I rolled on the deep wastes road condition chart and I rolled a 4. The roll of a 4 meant that there was rolling ash in the wastes that day. The ground was open terrain and any model moving over 6 inches counts as being in partial cover. In this breakdown scenario game, I would be the attacker, so D would be the defender, and get a free broken down vehicle in the center of the board. He had to repair the vehicle, then drive it off a board edge. I had to prevent him from doing so, either by destroying the vehicle once it was active, or by removing his gang from the table. I ended up deploying my gang along one of the long board edges, and he set up 3 Goliath bikers surrounding the broken down vehicle. It was a custom light vehicle that he had a model for, and he also had the vehicle card already created.
2 tubes and a ganger out here probing the wastes. Fix this vehicle! Where did all these little dudes come from?
I deployed 8 models, and he only deployed 3. The rest of our gangs were in reserve. It's turn 1, and D immediately moves one of his bikers to try and outflank my position. I then move my mutant champion, James the Great, forward so he can release a bomb rat. Okay, I have to make an intelligence check. Oh, I actually made it! Alright, so the bomb rat will go the direction I want. I pass my intelligence check and move the bomb rat towards the closest Goliath biker. D then moves his biker up to crush my bomb rat with a drive-by spudjacking, but he fails to hit and then rumbles off. My biker Samuel Urkish on my left flank moves forward to ready his polearm/reclaimed autogun to shoot. This would turn out to be a key moment in the game because he scored a flesh wound on the biker, which in later turns would lead to the biker's doom. His last biker then zooms off away from the broken down vehicle. I then begin moving my gangers forward. This was partially to counter his attempted flanking maneuver, but also to get closer to the broken down vehicle. It's the end of turn 1, and we both get 1 unit for reinforcements. He gets a Mauler, and I get my leader Enoch's ride, the Tractor. Turn 2 begins, and he immediately charges Samuel Urkish.
Wow! Serious coup de grace.
And just like that, Samuel is out of action. My leader Enoch then casts Terrify on that Goliath biker and he flees. D's flanking biker then moves up and shoots my biker, Delilah Horthfels. Luckily she stays upright and in one piece, but still gets knocked back 1 inch. I line up a shot on that Goliath biker with Ezekiel Magborg's long rifle. He misses, but he also goes out of ammo. He got Necromunda. D attempts to charge Enoch with one of his bikers, but fails the charge. In response, James the Great clicks his claws together and charges the biker. He ends up doing 2 flesh wounds, but the Goliath is still fighting. D's Mauler moves up in a threatening manner. So we're going to have Old Man River here charge into the combat. Amos Musin, dubbed Old Man River by D 2 games ago, charges into the combat with James and the biker. He would end up doing the final flesh wound and put the biker out of action. Delilah then charges the flanking biker and causes a serious injury. She then coups him in the same stroke, putting that threat out of action. Dee's gang then bottles out, but not before a biker and a mauler show up from Dee's reserves. The broken down vehicle remains broken down, and I have 2 hive scum show up. Turn 3 begins with Dee having the initiative. The first thing he does is move his mauler. Old Man River shows that he is not afraid of a huge vehicle with whirring blades bearing down on him by advancing towards it and then firing to no effect at it. The other mauler continues to advance towards the center of the board. James the Great tries and fails to charge the broken down vehicle. His biker, which broke and ran and then regrouped, turns around and moves up next to the mauler. One of my hive scum from reserves moves forward. His biker, who was in reserve, then also advances towards my hive scum and fires at him, missing. Ezekiel then successfully reloads his long rifle by rolling a 6. Enoch attempts to terrify another biker and succeeds. The biker then flees 11 inches. Two of my other gangers move up just to hopefully get shots in for later turns. The tractor then turns and moves and turns and moves. I am unsure what to do with the vehicles in this scenario. Delilah then goes straight forward on her bike. Dee has 2 more bikers arrive from reserves right next to my left flank, and I have a hive scummer and ganger, Hannah Antholt, arrive, along with my 2 last vehicles, the Smoky Crow's Nest and the Pincushion. Turn 4 begins, and the broken down vehicle is now fixed. I attempt and succeed at charging it with my mutant champion James, but my rolling leaves something to be desired. Dee then wastes no time and moves the now repaired vehicle as far as it can away from my gang. I then lay the hammer down and use the Adrenaline Surge card because I don't want to take any chances with Enoch failing a charge here. My leader Enoch wastes no time dispatching the Goliath with his great sword. Dee takes revenge by charging into one of my hive scum gangers and easily takes him out of action. The mauler moves forward, trying to screen the fixed vehicle's escape. Delilah charges the other mauler from the back and gets to use backstab with her fighting knife. It's quite the impressive charge, causing a catastrophic hit to the drive, which results in the mauler losing both its hull points, and that wrecks it. Ezekiel Magborg lines up a shot at the escaping vehicle with his long rifle. He's able to somewhat ignore the visibility issues with his photo goggles and hits the vehicle, doing a glancing hit to the crew. They actually then pass their handling check. The other Goliath, who came on from reserve, charges my other hive scum and fight stalemates. Ezra Chinkle lines up a shot with his stub gun to no avail. A Goliath biker zooms in out of nowhere, and Isaac Antholt advances and fires on a biker with little result. The far Goliath biker fires a grenade launcher on Old Man River, but it scatters off. I move up Hannah and shoot a biker with an auto pistol and miss. The tractor moves forward again with no real plan. The pincushion also moves forward. The Smoky Crow's Nest moves up and shoots off 3 smoke grenades, all of which disappear a few minutes later when we end round 4. Turn 5 starts and I waste no time. First thing I do is fire at the escaping vehicle again with Ezekiel Magborg's long rifle. Either this shot will kill it and I'll win, or D will escape with the prize. I hit, I wound, I roll a penetrating hit on the body. Structural damage is the result. The vehicle loses a hull point. It only had 1, so it is wrecked, and the game is over. This is what the map looked like before this week's game. The Escher, the Orlocks, the Goliaths, and my outcast Cawdor all had a trade route and an additional road section. After this game, my Cawdor outcasts gained an additional road section and trade route. This puts my gang in the lead for several triumphs. Next week's game will be the game that decides the campaign. The Big Score is next week's scenario, and it will feature my Cawdor outcasts as the defender, and anyone else who shows up will join forces to be the attackers. They'll be chasing my gang down to try and take the prize, which will be one of my vehicles. Should be an epic Rolling Roads chase game, and I can't wait to play it. So tune in next week for the exciting conclusion of my Fall 2023 Ash Wastes Campaign. And as always, thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe.